Hello, Gene Schwimmer here. Welcome to today's vlog. As you can see in the title, I'm going to be talking about Biden's brain today. I hope the title didn't put anybody off. Don't be alarmed. We won't be doing surgery, at least not today. But I am going to talk about Biden's brain. But before we get to Biden's brain, I just want to talk, well, actually, this is going to be kind of a video vlog today, mostly videos. I got 4 of them, 4 short ones illustrating different points, ending with Biden's brain. But before we get to that, I just want to go back to a subject I've been covering extensively for several vlogs now, which is the changing attitudes of, well, I was just doing black voters, but Hispanics too. Changing attitudes of minorities towards the GOP, the Republican Party, but also to show that it's not all Black Lives Matter. They get all the publicity. I don't think that represents most black people. Well, I know because I lived in Harlem for 10 years. As I've said ad infinitum, maybe ad nauseum by now, I lived in New York for 40 years. The last 10, 11 of those years were in Harlem. So I know lots of black people, interact with them every day. They are not these Black Lives Matter nutcases. They also have ID. This idea that we can't ask for ID to vote because black people don't have ID, don't know how to get ID, that is really, well, it's insulting. If I were black, I would be insulted. If people said about my people, the Jews, that we're not smart enough to get ID, that we can't figure out how to get ID, or able to do any more what I did when I was 18 years old, I registered to vote. I went down to City Hall or some office and I registered to vote. None of this register by mail, none of this register at the motor vehicle department. If you can go to the motor vehicle department to get your license renewed or get it in the first place, you can go to another city office to register to vote. Voting is important enough to make a special trip. But let's get to the videos, starting with this one, which I would find irritating if it were me. I have to assume that this Hispanic person is offended in the video. Well, you can tell by his voice. He's being lectured to by a white liberal. It is really, well, just watch the video, come back.
Where's your daddy from? Where my daddy from?
Yeah.
America.
Oh yeah? Which part? Which city?
Where's your dad from, man?
Oh,
That's from Germany. And my
Asshole.
grandparents,
Sure?
they went to World War
Are you
II,
sure?
bro. And my dad, he went to Vietnam, bro. So yeah, America first.
Everyone hates Trump.
Yeah.
I'm past it. That's America.
America first, bro. My grandparents, they went to World War II. And my dad, he went to Vietnam. So yeah, America first, all the way, bro.
Hell
Fuck
yeah.
BLM, bro.
America
Fuck BLM.
first,
You
already.
know, baby's nice.
Oh, I like that shirt.
America
Babies' lives matter. Babies' lives matter. Everybody.
Have babies been oppressed for 4 centuries? Have babies been oppressed for 4
Till
centuries?
this day, I have not met nobody that owns a slave, has slaves. I've never met one slave.
You don't
Stop
understand. Have you
living
heard
in
the
the
term
damn
systemic
past.
discrimination?
Okay,
Systemic
so 2
discrimination.
days ago,
You talk about
I
bank
lost
loans
my
and
money. How
RPM.
about you reimburse me for that? I'm a minority. Let me have your money. I'm a minority.
For what?
Give me my reparations.
For what?
Because I've been oppressed. I'm a minority.
Yes, you've been oppressed. You've definitely been oppressed.
Give me my rights.
I
You're
have-
white.
hey.
You're white. Give me my reparations.
Hey.
Give me my reparations.
And dude, you have your reparations. You have my promise of reparations. What do you want? Give me
I want all your money.
What?
He-
You know what you can have? I'll get my.
Exactly.
you just
You're a
a-
hypocrite.
How am I going to give you? How am I going to give you
punk.
Give me your
reparations?
money. Give me my
You're a
money.
punk.
My
Is that what you're about to
reparations.
say?
Yeah,
Give me my
yeah.
reparations. I'm a oppressed minority. I'm Hispanic.
And so you've been.
Yeah. Give me my reparations. I need reparations. Exactly. And you should. Exactly.
And that's what
Ain't
Well,
going
can I have my reparations?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
I don't
I'm waiting. Merry Christmas. You don't have no money for me. I don't need to talk to you.
That's what it means. And you're a bullish person, damn punk.
Welcome back. Next video. Start with this headline. Black citizens chase punk robbing old white man, make him give money back. This is my America. It's my America too, by the way. Watch the video.
Hold on. And I'm going live because this is what the fuck black men need to do. This raggedy ass man just robbed this old white man for no reason. And you just robbed that man like that. You bogus as a bitch, sir. And this what we fighting for now. Yeah, my brother chased his bitch ass down the street and made him return all that shit. Sit your ass down.
Where the fuck the money
Can
at?
somebody call the police?
You just lied to me. I should bust in your shit for lying, nigga. I should bust in your shit for
Bro,
lying,
we
nigga.
rolled right past you and we seen you robbing
got robbed
him.
past you, you
We
see? Give
seen
him his
you.
money, man. Give him his money. Give him his fucking money.
Sir,
man.
are you okay? Are you okay? Did you call the police?
His fucking money, man.
$900.
Oh, what the fuck is that?
How much he had on?
Here you go, boss.
Is that all you had, sir?
Welcome back. As you can see, this is, I think, more representative of black people, at least the ones I knew in Harlem. Again, this Black Lives Matter, they are making everybody look bad, just like Italian mafiosos make Italians look bad. But Rudy Giuliani obviously is of Italian extraction. He built his reputation, especially as mayor, going after the Italian mob. And I personally am not proud of Epstein and Weinstein and all these people who happen to be Jewish who are being arrested, who are sexually harassing. It bothers me because it reflects badly on all of us. So I have to think that black people and Hispanics are just as offended that this is what the media shows, why to defeat Donald Trump. So I call on everybody, you know, whether you're a minority or not, to vote Republican and support Republicans. I have one more. This is now showing the other side, show you what Black Lives Matter really is. I've mentioned them a couple of times, so here is a video. You can see exactly what they are.
I also think that we actually do have an ideological frame. We are trained Marxists.
This could be a police cruiser, Tom, that you mentioned that is burning right now.
I just don't even know why there aren't uprisings all over the country. Maybe there will be.
Flames rip through the lower level of St. John's Church.
And as you can see, there's definitely a fire here.
Make sure that police departments are defunded.
We need to completely dismantle the Minneapolis Police Department.
The driver hit 2 officers.
We have an incredible opportunity to fundamentally transform the country.
The first statue that we came across was Ulysses Grant. It was toppled, it was lying in the pathway.
Look what you did to my store.
No! These people are tearing up our livelihood.
We are trained Marxists.
Welcome back. And now you see this is what Black Lives Matter is. Again, I think that is a minority of a minority, a minority of a minority, but this is the minority of the minority that is getting all the attention. I think it's terribly unfair. I just think it's terribly unfair and just another condemnation of our media. Now we get to Biden's brain. And this harkens back to something else I've been talking about for a few vlogs, recent vlogs, about the strategy or strategies or tactics that the Republican Party in general and Trump in particular should adopt between now and the election in November. I said, number one, to drive home the point that all these cities where all these riots and looting and crime are occurring, all the dysfunction, those are all run by Democrats. All of those cities run by Democrats. I also suggested or urged the Republican Party and the Trump campaign to hammer home that however moderate Biden might claim to be, or may actually be, he has been taken over by the extreme left of his party. And that was just reinforced, by the way, by Tuesday's primary, the primary earlier this week, where one for sure. Well, AOC, for one thing, she handily won her primary. There were news stories that she had a credible challenger, but she got 75% of the primary vote, the Democratic primary vote. That is one indication of how far to the left the Democratic Party is. But another progressive candidate, much like her, defeated Eliot Engel, a longtime mainstream, you'd have to say mainstream Democratic representative. And the guy who defeated him has no political experience whatsoever, just like AOC had none when she ran. And it looks like she has some now. And by the way, she had to spend $6.5 million to win her primary, but all that matters is that she won. That shows how strong the extreme left is in the Democratic Party, and they are pulling Biden to the left. He is hiding in his basement right now, not saying very much, but pretty soon he's going to have to come out with a position. The Democratic Party is going to have to put together a platform at the convention. So he is being dragged over to the left, and the Trump campaign and the Republicans got to bring that forward. And finally, just yesterday, I urged the Republican Party and the Trump campaign to make sure the public is aware of Biden's apparent past history of, well, we'll say at worst racism, but at best an insensitivity to racism. I played a video yesterday, and well, here's something else you can look at. All these celebrities calling Republicans racist and Trump specifically racist. Here is a list of all the celebrities who have appeared in blackface. Notice a pattern there? That's right, they're all liberal Democrats. And now back to Biden, a new factor about Biden to bring forward. And there's a Republican Political Action Committee that is doing it. They just put out an ad. Here is the headline: Biden's mental capacity, the emerging issue. Everyone who pays attention has known for a while that Joe Biden, never an intelligent man, is in a state of cognitive decline. This is why the Democrats have been happy to keep him out of sight in his basement for the last several months. Most voters are barely aware of Biden's condition, if at all. But that inevitably will change. A pro-Trump PAC, Political Action Committee, has taken on the issue of Biden's dementia directly in this ad. And here is the ad.
War, disease, hostile powers. The world is a crazy place. Does Joe Biden have the mental capacity to keep America safe?
We have to take care of the cure. That will make the problem worse no matter what.
Is Joe Biden making any sense?
We don't always live up to it, but that's who we are.
That's hilarious. Now, can you imagine that man in a presidential debate with Donald Trump? There's not enough popcorn in the world.
All men and women created by you know the thing.
Is Joe Biden in mental decline?
I want to be clear. I'm not going nuts.
Let him go.
Does Joe Biden have dementia?
I'm going to beat Joe Biden.
In a world losing its mind, we don't need a president who's already lost his.
The ad is fairly hard-hitting, but from Biden's perspective, it could be worse. There are more such ads to come. And that is what I am praying for. Full disclosure, in case nobody noticed, I've given this disclosure in the past. I am a conservative. I am going to vote for Trump. So that's why I say I pray, I hope. I want to be straightforward. I welcome all points of view, by the way. You don't have to agree with me. That's what the comments section is there for. I just try to be interesting to everybody. And you liberals, it helps to hear the other side and be able to formulate counter arguments, because that is a weakness. I will just say, my advice, you don't have to take it, that Democrats and liberals are very bad at arguing. That's why they try to shut up everybody and get people fired, get university professors fired, because they cannot handle somebody disagreeing with them. If somebody says something that they disagree with, they have to shut them up because they can't make a counter argument. So watching my conservative vlogs, that helps you. You don't have to sit there and argue with me. You have plenty of time to do research, formulate your answer, put it in the comments, and if it looks interesting, I may reply, though I try not to, because as I said in the past, this vlog is my platform to say what I think. I want to leave the comment section for those who want to disagree with me. Generally, I only jump in when somebody gets a fact wrong. Which reminds me, I got a comment the other day. I've sort of wanted to reply to it. I think I will now. It's about this vlog that I did months and months ago, could be over a year ago by now. For some reason, I'm still getting comments on it. Remember when we were having all these caravans, the problems with Mexicans, but also from other parts of Central America, traversing Mexico in caravans trying to get into the United States. And I had just posited the possibility that maybe we would have to send troops of our own into Mexico if Mexico won't do anything about it. Fortunately, Mexico did do something about it. They put over 20,000 Mexican soldiers on the border, and the problem is pretty much over, and we have the wall, which just surpassed 200 miles, and that's working too. So all is forgiven. It's all over. There's no more argument. I have no more problem with the Mexicans with any lack of enforcement of immigration or preventing illegal immigrants from coming into the United States, because they are doing a good job now. Even Trump has said that the president of Mexico is a great guy. The problem is over, but I still get these, well, they're not really counter arguments. They're just people who disagree, and they're just saying they disagree, and they're angrily. And if you want to do that, that's fine, but I just want to make clear that I have no more argument with Mexico. But somebody said that, well, he just said, this is what I mean by not being able to formulate an argument. This commenter just said, kiss it, bald man. Kiss it, bald man. And I'll just let the comments stay there as far as an opinion goes, but as I said, I do jump in when somebody gets something factually wrong, and I just want to say to this person, I am not bald, I am follically challenged. And I'll just finally say thumbs up if you like this video. Share with anybody you think would also like the video. Got any comments? As I was saying a moment ago, comment section below the video. You can also ask questions, suggest future topics. I love getting new subscribers, so subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. And finally, come back and see me again. I look forward to seeing all of you again. And until I do see all of you again, bye.